So this calls for one sub only, and there's really only one place to put in this map. I mean, I think logs is the consensus go-to map for basically all these challenges, so I'm gonna just drop it in the middle. We don't really have much freedom in terms of like doing boats or sub. I still think even though there's only a tiny pond, sub is probably, or logs is probably the best map to do this challenge on, even though, yeah, again, not a lot of space here. And I just want to get this village just to make things more fair. Like, I know there's going to be people who are going to ask, why don't you just use the, you know, the top path to use camo? But this is just to put it on an even playing field, even though this monkey sub, or this monkey village, actually gives the sub a huge advantage if you get the larger intel. But first, let me just get airburst darts. I think that's the upgrade that'll survive us pretty far. Yeah, so that's the rule that we have in place right now. Allow a 0-0 village for every tower. And it's gonna be like that for every other tower, so in case anybody wonders. Either way, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford any 5th tiers for this monkey sub, just because they're way too expensive. I mean, the preemptive strike is what, $50,000? $40,000? The sub commander doesn't do anything either because it only buffs your other subs, but we're only allowed one sub. Therefore, that upgrade's gonna be useless. So we're gonna have to roll with like tier 4 subs only. And I think the best tier 4 sub to roll with is the very bottom path. There's also the first strike capability upgrade, which I could use. I guess I'll use that in an emergency, but other than that, 0-4 is probably the way to go. Again, before anybody asks why not 204, well, that's because the advanced intel, it only grants extra range if there's other towers in range, but I'm only allowed to place this one monkey village, and I don't want to give the monkey sub too much of an advantage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this monkey sub, or this monkey village, in a place where it won't give the advanced intel too much of an advantage, if you know what I mean. Now, we're going to have to get this path number 2 here, for this reason specifically. Not this upgrade, but this upgrade over here. Heat tip darts. You're gonna need this guy for lead balloons. Hence why I'm gonna get it. Now I have a decision to make over here. Do I get the ballistic missile, or do I get the triple guns? If you ask me, I think the triple guns will last probably longer than this ballistic missile. Although I do believe this ballistic missile has like infinite range, so that might be a good thing. Because if I go this upgrade, I'm stuck. That first strike costs too much money, but if I go here, I can still buy like a $3,000 upgrade. So you know what? We'll go down here. Let's go with my gut feeling. Because we get this armor-piercing darts upgrade. Extra damage to mob class balloons, although the range is, again, not that great. Before anybody asks me to get this upgrade, let me just tell you, it's not worth it. And if I recall correctly, this buff doesn't apply to this sub. It only applies to other subs, which kind of sucks. At least that's what I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if it does buff this sub over here, then that would be pretty nice. Extra 5 pierce and 1 damage, although it's very expensive. Gonna need to reposition for maximum popping power, I know. Probably the best max popping power is to put it at the bottom middle here, just so it has a chance to reach this bottom range. So with that said, I might have to sell my village and replace it down here. Should I do that? I'll wait. We'll see how long this 024 can last for. But right now it seems like it should handle the one Moab fine. Also, apparently, yes, there's a glitch with airburst starts. It's related to camo balloons, yes. It's actually screwed me over a couple times. So, like, I was trying to use it on Money Puddles Hard quite a while ago. But that bug definitely screwed me over, so I had to do something else. I had to use helipilots instead of subs, which kind of sucked. Alright, here's round 40. Look at that. And a victory to boot. Yeah, is anyone impressed by the 024 sub? I haven't really used subs myself, but I'm just realizing they're pretty damn strong. Now, as for round 63, yes. How exactly do you defend that? And I know for sure right now people are going to say, buy the Energizer, bro. Get the reactor as infinite popping power, Kappa. No, it doesn't. This is BTD6, not BTD5. The reactor does no longer have infinite popping power. In fact, it has shit for popping power. I think it's something like 30. So there's no way a nuclear sub will survive round 63. I'm just trying to think of ways we can possibly beat round 63, but I don't think this 024 is strong enough for that. Like, maybe a ballistic missile, but even then I'm not sure. I guess we'll just try with each type of sub, and then maybe by some miracle it'll work, but hey, just take a look at round 49 here. See how much the submarine struggles. So this is just round 49, like 18 ceramics, I believe. But would you look at this? Balloons are getting onto the 4th bend over here. And that's not a good sign, especially when you have to deal with twice of this amount for round 63. Also, First Strike, I believe, does not work on any of the non-mob class balloons. They kind of changed it in BTD6, so like, I don't know if you remember, but in BTD5, you can use the mob assassin ability on like non-moabs. Hint, not recommended, but it was possible if you ever wanted to try it. But on BTD6, that's no longer possible. And we'll sell this village, I know. A lot of money lost from doing this, but in my opinion, worth. So now we got the submarine in probably the most optimal position. It's got 3 horizontal paths it can shoot from, and 2 vertical. Just want to sandbox and verify that X65 does not buff itself. Alright, it's good to know. So before anybody tells me to get Sub Commander, I know it doesn't work. I'm 99% sure it doesn't work. If you want to prove me wrong, then be sure to come with video evidence. Also, round 54 over here may require some micro action, just because that is a lot of balloons that we might leak. Or maybe not, maybe not. That fifth lane coming in clutch, I'm telling you. Oh, we were actually gonna leak some, unfortunately, but actually not. Thanks to Mana Shield again. We'll see if we can deal with this giant. This is like a mini round 63 in a sense. So I guess this is a good gauge to see exactly how good it is. Should we leak this? I'm gonna say no, because it's a lot of lives lost. You know what, let's put this on strong. Maybe taking down the ceramics first would be helpful, I'm not sure. Just because the ceramics are the most annoying part of it. We'll let these, like, stray balloons leak. I think we'll be fine with that. And then for this giant cluster over here, definitely needs to put on strong. Yeah, this way, like, the balloons are more spread apart, and that might be better. Yeah, would you look at that? All you gotta do is change your targeting, and then we go from struggling to beat it to balloons only getting to bend number 4. Although we did leak some lives, but that's fine. Just deal damage to all those ceramics first. Like this. Put it back on first. The only issue is there's a lot of regrowth ceramics, so that might cause a pretty bad regrow farm. And I'm not sure I can, like, stop that. Like, you see right now, these balloons over here, they're definitely going to regrow into oblivion. And that's not good. Actually, right now it seems kind of contained for the most part. Yeah, we just got one tiny bend to go. Okay. And again, targeting change comes to the rescue. Now for BFB. The easy way out would be to use First Strike. And will I use First Strike? Yes. But first I'm just going to see if this 024 can handle it. Just in case if it does, then I don't have to spend money selling and rebuying. Mobs popped. Into ceramics. Looks like I may have to restart here. Or not, actually. No. No, would you look at that? 024 can solo a BFB. Albeit, again, it's on vlogs, but hey. Still impressive either way. Just because of all the regrow zebras. So, just cross fingers we don't create a regrow farm. But right now, yeah, that is a lot of pink balloons. Soon to be black balloons. Soon to be zebras. Yeah. Gotta try again here. So, dumbest idea ever, but because people are gonna ask why I don't use it, we're gonna buy an Energizer. Just to see if it works versus, you know, all these regrow zebras. I guess right now we'll find out. So this is a very expensive tower. 40,000. And actually so far it seems to be working kinda versus the Regal Zeros. So maybe not a bad choice after all. Actually, it's kind of regrowing into Oblivion. That's the 5th year sub for you, the Energizer. So before anyone asks me to do that, that's what happens. Let's just get this. We don't have enough for a preemptive, that's fine. Whatever. Just in case anybody asks, why not try to get a preemptive strike? I'll show you why it doesn't work. Let's use it. Let's see what it does. Well, it took a nice chunk of balloons over there, but is that gonna help? Probably not. It was just gonna regrow into Oblivion. Because right now I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's not possible to get past 61, at least on this map. It does turn out that the monkey sub got buffed in 2.0, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to do the obvious and try this 1 tower challenge again. Because I know that we can beat round 61 now that Energizer and the nuclear sub has been buffed. Okay, 61. Now we're gonna use this buffed nuclear sub to the test. So, oh, we can get an Energizer too if we need to. Let's just see if this nuclear sub is enough. So far it seems like it is. It's taken down all the Regrow ceramics, or the Regrow zebras. Before the update, you saw, this didn't work, this was not enough. But look at that. All you need to do is wait for a new update, and there you go. You can beat 61 without breaking a sweat. And that's all thanks to the 2x Pierce that this guy gives you. So we'll sell it. We need a 025 again. Or 024. 024. Don't need the Sub Commander. With that said, I'm not sure if we need to, do we need to first strike this? I don't know. Because this is still 5 mobs we have to deal with. Oh, wait. I put it out of range. My bad. Strong to do as much damage to these mobs. First and foremost. Because, again, even with, like, beating the zebras, we still have 5 mobs to deal with. And it's innards. We're gonna leak lots of lives, though. Oh, we're gonna leak so much from this. A lot. We need a first strike, I think. Unfortunately, it has a cooldown, so I don't know if that's gonna work. But we have to give it a shot. You can't knock it until you try it. So, spam click. We gotta get it off, like, right now. And great. That destroyed a whopping 2 Moabs. Can we even beat 61? Okay, maybe what we need is... yeah. Put it on strong so that the missile targets ceramics. Like that. And that'll pop it to rainbow and below, which is what we need. Yeah, so let's wait for all these mobs to come out first. So I think that's all. So let's quickly get up a 5th year Energizer. We have to get it quick or else we're gonna die to all these balloons over here. But I think we got it in time. So this Energizer, 1,000 pops, guys. 1,000 pierce every time it triggers. And with that, we will finally beat round 61. My god. Not before losing a shit ton of money, that is. Here's the plan. We'll sell the village. Although I don't think we have enough money anymore. We don't. Nope. We are short over $10,000. So we lost a shit ton of money buying and selling. Oh, I think this is impossible. Yeah, definitely strong is the way to go. And put it to first when you have to deal with, like, all these balloons. Like that. Back to strong. And then back to first to deal with these guys. I think that's the way to go about it. Now that they're escaping, leave it on first. I still don't think we can do it, though. You got fortified Moabs. You got Regrow Rainbows, which are probably going to regrow into Oblivion. That's probably what's going to kill us. How do I prevent the Regrow Rainbows from regrowing? I don't think there's a way, but if there is a way, somebody let me know. Is it actually going to pop it all? No. Wait. 13 lives, but... nope. There's nothing we can do with these last 2 mobs. You know what? I'm just going to stop here. I may want to try again if I don't want to rip my brains off. I mean, if I feel like ripping my brains off, I can try this again, but it looks like with the buff, we can only get one round for it further.